This documentary's purpose is to inform viewers about how the Bowles School helps our environment by recycling and how the federal government supports us by buying back our recycled items. The Paper Retriever Company is the organization that buys our recycled items. It is a nonprofit government agency that buys back recycled items from schools.
When did you start the environmental club?
Well, actually, in 2006, I came back from having taught in England for 7 months, and over there, the environmental movement is very strong. So I came back thinking we should be doing something at our school. So I started what I thought would be a small club. And the school now is talking to other students about how to recycle bottles and kind of checking each other when they don't recycle properly. So it's taken over the whole school.
I'm going to talk about 4 reasons why we buy and use bottled water. The first is we're afraid of our tap water. The second is we don't like the taste of our tap water sometimes. There are plenty of people in this country who get incredibly high quality tap water, but they just don't like the way it tastes. And they think that the bottled water they buy is a more consistent, more acceptable taste to them. A third reason is convenience. The bottled water companies have made it incredibly convenient to buy bottled water at the same time that our cities and our public spaces are making it harder and harder to find good water fountains that we trust enough to drink out of. And so convenience is a factor. And the fourth factor is marketing. We are convinced by advertising and marketing that buying bottled water will make us healthier or skinnier or sexier or more stylish.
This is where I drink from. It's modern, cool, convenient, and everybody else does it.
What is your job as a recycling crew chief for 8th grade?
As recycle crew chief, I have to organize what day we do recycle crew, and if we have too many kids, I split them into 2 groups and say who empties what bin and who goes on what group.
How do you organize each recycle crew member?
We just let kids come as they want, but if we're having trouble, we'll have the environmental club kind of have a draft, and they'll ask kids to come into the recycle crew.
Thank you for sharing your time with us.
Welcome.
20 years ago when I wrote The End of Nature, the first book about climate change, it was full of warnings about what would happen if we didn't make some changes pretty fast. And we didn't make many changes very fast at all, and actually much more quickly than we thought 20 years ago. The impact of all that carbon that we've been pouring into the atmosphere has become clear. The Earth that we now live in is no longer all that much like the one we were born onto.
Recycling is necessary for our world because it limits the needs for landfills, which is slowly decreasing the amount of pollution. Also, by recycling, we are reusing items that were already used so that power plants and big factories won't have to manufacture an unnecessary amount of items. Recycling is a helpful, easy task that many people are involved in, and hopefully one day more people will soon become interested.
Why do it?
Why do it? We do it for our Earth. We do it for future generations. The resources on Earth are limited, so we need to conserve them. We need to do it for the animals that can't speak for themselves. We need to do it for the plants. We have been involved with the River Keepers, and we have made financial donations to the River Keepers. We sponsor Earth Day every year. The bookstore recycles paper and what plastic she might use. She also recycles inkjet cartridges through the Environmental Club. We send them off to be recycled. The office also participates in our campus-wide paper and plastic recycling program. The cafeteria produces or uses a lot of cardboard boxes that their food comes in, and so they break them down and they go in the dumpster and they are recycled. The cafeteria recycles used cooking oil. There is a company that picks it up and it can be turned into biodiesel fuel.
How many members did you have last year in the club?
Last year we had about 40 members in the environmental club. It's a large club.
Have there been any changes in the recycling program since it started in 2006?
Actually, there have. This year there's been a change in the paper recycling, and it's been a positive change. In the past, we've always had to pay a company to take our recycled goods away. The school has had to pay a company. And this year we're using the paper retriever, and the good thing about that is they take our paper away for free and pay us by the pound. When things go in the recycle bin, they don't end up in the landfill. So I think that's even beyond the Bowles community. That's on our city. I think with this new paper recycling program, that's going to save Bowles money and possibly even make Bowles a little money, which in this tight economy is very important. The environmental club has made a big difference. Every year the club gets stronger, we do something different, and the club has evolved to where it's so student-led. The students do Earth Day just with my guidance, so it's made a huge difference. I think absolutely that every school should have an environmental club from the youngest up through high school, that everybody can make a difference. Even in elementary school, learn good habits for the environment that they will carry on the rest of their lives.
Always recycle.
Recycling helps the earth.
Recycling is a beneficial activity. Recycling is necessary for our environment and community. Why? Because it will provide a healthier world for generations to come. As more people demand eco-friendly items, we continue to recycle, which also helps our community and people, which it protects and expands United States jobs.
I'm Kenny.
I'm Carter.
I'm Alex.
And we approve this message.